world, you have stumbled across the right person at the right place and the right time, because this is the Be Your Own Bank Masterclass. People have actually paid $5 to come in the room. And the reason why we charge $5 is so that we can eliminate the trollers and the hackers and people who don't have good intentions, bots or what have you. So we find that when we charge a small fee, it eliminates people who shouldn't be in the room, right? So that's it. That's the main reason why. But this will be broadcasting live until, we normally keep it up till about 9:30, and then we will take it down. Okay. So if you're getting this live notice and you are interested in tax-free retirement, which means you have a retirement account and when you go to touch it, the IRS is going to come for you hard. And you want to know how to avoid that. If that's why you're here, then you're in the right place at the right time. If you notice that the stock market has been crashing over and over again, and you want to know how to rescue your money, then you are in the right place at the right time. If you have life insurance, but you're not quite sure about it, haven't talked to your agent in a while, don't quite know what you have, feeling a little bit shaky about it, or you've received a notice in the mail that your premiums are going to go up, and you are saying, hey, I still need this insurance. Who should I talk to? What should I do? What's the best kind of policy? Then you are in the right place at the right time. If you are interested in passing on generational wealth to your children and your children's children, and you want to know how to accumulate enough money to do that, then you are in the right place at the right time. If you have inherited some money, or you have a house and you don't know what to do with it, not sure whether to sell it or get rid of it, take the money, and then what do you do with it? How do you create a lifetime income out of a lump sum of money and not spin your account down to the line of zero? If you want to know how to create a lifetime of passive income, then you are in the right place at the right time with the right person. All of that makes sense. That is the reason we are here, to perpetuate our finances. Yes. So before I do that, I just want to check. I did have a young lady come in. It seemed like she was having a little bit of trouble coming in the room. She will probably be back because she paid. You know what I mean? I'm also checking myself on Facebook. My cell phone's doing two things. I am checking social media, and I am also monitoring the room, the Zoom room here. So I'm doing quite a few things. So I am speaking to everybody on Facebook. Hello, speak back to me, right? You are going to get some free nuggets that you'll be able to apply and make money right away. And guess what? You're not being charged for that, but you should pay it forward, right? And what's an easy, simple way to pay it forward or to say thank you? Just hit the like button, hit the like. Comment, say that was good information, say thank you, comment in the chat, share the link with a friend, share the link in a group. If you really truly believe that what we're telling you is valuable, the best way to perpetuate something good is to talk good about it, boost the post. Yes. So we're not asking for any money, right? We're not asking for anything like that. We work by referrals. Who do you know that we should know? We work by keeping an excellent reputation in the community. So with that being said, don't just watch, right? Ghost the page and then move on, and I never even knew you were here. Hit the like button, share, comment. Yep, that's the least you can do, right? Sound like a plan? I think that's a pretty good deal. Now, without further delay, I'm going to go ahead and get started. But again, I am monitoring social media. I'm also monitoring the Zoom room. So I am the typical woman. Women, we are multitaskers, right? We can take care of the children run our business, and pay the bills all in the same moment. We are amazing creatures. All right, so let's hide this toolbar so you can see really well. Okay, so let's get on with it. All right, yep. I see somebody else coming back in the room. Hello, person coming in the room. Make sure that you mute yourself. We have gotten started. Turn your camera on and say hello so that I know you're not a bot or a troller or a hacker. Say, hey, I'm a good person, wave, and then feel free to turn your camera back off. This is a master class. So that means that you will be engaging. We'll be talking to you. You talk back to us. Drop your comments in the chat. Drop your questions in the chat. I'll be paying attention to you because we want to bring the most your life. All right. Who am I? Well, my name is Rochelle Dickerson, and I'm the CEO of a company called Rama Financial Solutions Incorporated. I am sitting here in Virginia Beach in the comfort of my 5,000 square foot home. My mom lives upstairs on a 3,000 square foot apartment. My son is here. We're living a good, be your own bank life. Okay, I have an office here in my home. I have an office on the coast. We're opening up offices. We have agents all around the country. We are a financial services, life insurance, annuities, and investment agency. We also work with trust, showing people how to perpetuate generational wealth, showing people how to get the taxes out of your retirement plans, showing people how not to lose money on the stock market, how to move your money so that you don't lose a dime. There are accounts where you don't lose a dime and you can still participate in stock market gains. So we do a lot of good stuff. Life has not always been easy for me. I am a single mom. I came up from welfare. I know what a Maryland EBT card looks like. I know what a Virginia EBT. That's a food stamp card for those of you who don't know, where you get this debit card and they try to make it so you don't lose face, but it is a food stamp card. Okay, so I have come up from the dirt to close, almost a seven-figure income. My income has multiplied exponentially since the beginning of the pandemic. In the beginning of the pandemic, my son and I were door dashing, trying to make ends meet in a government subsidized apartment. I came back into the insurance and investment industry, hit a six-figure income, earned $1 million roundtable ring in during the pandemic with my mask on, couldn't go outside, on Zoom, crazy pants, right? But I caught COVID like everybody else. My son, well, some of you didn't, but my son and I caught COVID, and I passed out on the couch in my living room in my apartment. And I thought I was about to die because I started blacking out. I got dizzy. If you've ever gone down, you know what it feels like to spin and go down into darkness. That's what happened to me. But I woke up the next day and I saw $2,000 in my bank account, and I hadn't seen one client. So I know I didn't do that. Then I couldn't work because of COVID. The next week, two more $1,000 happened. And then it just kept going on and on. $2,000 per week kept depositing into my bank account. And I said, what is going on? Come to find out, I was recruiting and training other life insurance and investment agents. And I was getting paid a passive income from the agency that I created. I was also getting paid a passive income from a life insurance policy that I was putting overfunding, which means I was putting additional money into this life insurance policy, and it started paying me a passive income. And I had an aha moment like, whoa, I've been in the industry since 1992. All I've ever heard was term and whole life. But it is absolutely true that there are life insurance policies that can create passive income for you, because it happened for me. Long story short, left that government subsidized apartment. The background that you see is real. I'm sitting inside of a movie theater that I kind of just got lazy and got on a Zoom call in my huge house. I'm not bragging. God has no respect of person. If I can do it, you can do it. But I borrowed from my life insurance policy, and the money I put in there kept growing. So I borrowed from my policy to get into this home, to take my mother out of a domestically violent relationship and rescue my family. And then I paid myself back. And at the end of the year, I had 2 times the money. I had my principal and interest from the years before, and the principal and interest from the year coming. My cash went on steroids. And I said, woo, this works. So now I'm like, why didn't they tell us about this in the 90s? And I got kind of mad, because if we had been doing this all this time with our insurance, we wouldn't have struggled on the food stamps. You picking up what I'm laying down? So that is my passion. That is the reason why we do these Be Your Own Bank workshops. I have been at the $1 million round table in the back rooms with those big wigs, 8, 10 figure income people talking all these secrets. And I decided to grab them, apply them, and give them to whosoever will listen. All right. So that's the short of my story. Hello, Natasha. I see you there. Hi. Hello, Joelle. I'm so glad you can make it. So I am both your host, and I'm your usher. Like, it's like preaching the gospel and being the usher. You gotta preach and then run open the door. So so when people come to the Zoom, I am going to be letting them in. Is that all right? I'm also on social media streaming live here. So I am not going to talk to them. I'm talking to you all because you all came in close to me. All right. So you all get my undivided attention. All right. The good news is nothing is for sale on this Zoom call. I'm not going to make you an offer like, okay, now we want you to give us X amount of dollars. No, 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 no. Nothing is for sale on this Zoom call. I will offer you the opportunity to book an appointment with me if you so desire. If you see some gaps in what you have, oh gosh, I'm losing money in my 401k. That thing is taking a tank. I need to talk to her, somebody, Jesus, something, right? And we need to get that fixed. Oh, my life insurance sucks. I think I need to talk to her about that, or my mama needs some insurance, or whatever, right? Or if you said, wait a minute, I'm about to retire, how am I going to get the taxes off of this 401k, because they're about to hit me really, really hard. So if you see a gap or something that I can help you with, I'm going to drop my calendar in the chat, and you get the opportunity to click that calendar, and then you're going to book a 30-minute talk with me, just 30 minutes. We're going to come on. I'm going to say, what's up? Why'd you book me? Right? And you're going to tell me blah, 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 why you booked me. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about what it is we do. And then we're going to set up a client financial advisor relationship, where I'll tell you what I can do for you, a little bit about what it would take to get you where you want to go. And if you decide that you want me to be your financial advisor, I am then going to charge you. And guess what I'm going to charge you? I am not going to charge you money. Most financial advisors will charge you $5,000 to $20,000 before they teach you the stock market, and they lose your money, which is crazy. But I am going to charge you referrals. Who do you know that I should know? Referrals. 10 good referrals is what I charge. That allows me to perpetuate my business. That allows me to create accounts where there's no broker fees, no financial fees, and maximize your money and continue to work moving forward. So if you were to pay anything to me, it would be the referrals. That is it. All right. So we got that off the table. Now we can breathe. Take a deep breath. She's not going to ask me for any money. Okay. All right. So you can take a deep breath right there. Okay. So here are some of the carriers that we work for. The one thing you will notice is that they're all A rated by Standard & Poor's. In order to get an A, you must have excellent customer service, pay your claims on time, have over $10 billion in assets. We only work with A-rated carriers, both investment carriers, you can see equity, trust, and a few investment carriers, and life insurance carriers. Why? Because some other jokers go broke. They don't pay their claims. They give us a hard time as agents. They give people a hard time paying their policies, and we avoid them like the plague, okay? And I advise you to do the same, all right? So there you go. Now you know who I am and what carriers I work for. So now we got that off the table. Now let's talk. Okay. So we all came on here because we wanted to know about being your own bank. Being your own bank is simply treating your money like the bank treats their money. How does the bank treat their money? They earn interest on every dollar. Hello. Every dollar earns a dollar. Every dollar makes money, babies. The investor mindset says that every dollar, write this down, every dollar should have two jobs. Two jobs. So every time you put your money into something, it should go to work for you how many times? 2 times. All right. So if you're putting your money even in a bank account, that should be a good, strong bank that gives excellent customer service and no maintenance fees. That's a job. And it should be paying you a decent above average interest. Checking accounts should pay you interest. Savings, mutual fund, everything should be paying you interest. Everything, every dollar you put into something should have what? 2 jobs. It is the principal mindset of the investor, or being your own bank. Foundation, okay? The second mindset is leverage. The only way to maintain wealth is to understand how to borrow money to make money. The only way to go from zero to hundreds of thousands of dollars is to be able to borrow money to make money. So the bank borrows our money to make money. Let me give you an example. Who's on here? Natasha's on here. Okay. Let's say Natasha put $50,000 in the bank. Go ahead, girl. Okay. She's got it sitting in her savings account. She does not need to use it. I come in and I want to buy a luxury automobile. So I'm going to take out a loan from the bank, and it's going to be a $50,000 loan. So the bank is going to loan me Natasha's $50,000. They're going to check my credit. Let's say I got less than 700. So they're going to charge me 12% interest on Natasha's money. The 12% is what? The interest that they earned on loaning out Natasha's money. So using other people's money and turning a profit, taking a loan and making money from that loan. That is being your own bank. Leveraging the life insurance company's money to make money, leveraging the bank's money to make money, leveraging an investor's money to make money. You've seen Shark Tank. The people come on there butt naked broke, and they say, I've got this business idea. Donald Trump, give me $100,000 to start this business. And Trump says, I want 50% profit. And we say, heck no, we don't go, right? But anyway, so you and then but the investors are giving you money in expectation of a return. You didn't have the money to do the business, right? So in order to be a wealthy business person, you must know how to negotiate large amounts of money from investors, from the bank, and from, guess what, life insurance companies. They loan money too. Yes, they do. Okay. So the investor's mindset is step one. Step two is the foundation for being your own bank. And that is having a saver's mindset. The Bible says, go to the anti-sluggard, consider her ways. In the summertime, she is hustling, putting away all kinds of crumbs. She'll run up on your picnic table and snatch off a piece of cheese and run back, right? So she's grabbing her crumbs in the summertime and packing them away for the winter. And in the wintertime, you don't see any ants. They're nowhere. They're living off their savings. The Bible, God said, go to the ant and do what she does. Save money for emergencies. So there is no way to be your own bank if you're not the kind of person that does what? Save money for emergencies. Now we understand that trouble comes, good and bad trouble, right? But you have to do what? Pay yourself back. That's, you got to pay your funds back. You set them aside, out of sight, out of mind. We require that our clients who want to be investors, you must have at least 3 months worth of emergency funds in the bank. If you don't have 3 months worth of emergency savings in a cash account, I'm not talking about a CD, not talking about a money market, I'm not talking about your 401k. I'm talking about you can go with your debit card, get cash out, and said you got at least 3 months there, then you are not ready to be an investor. You will be taking your bill money on the stock market if you don't have at least 3 months worth of savings, okay? And then the third principle is the spender. Control your spending. I love to spend. I just bought 5 dresses, y'all. 5 dresses. I bought 5 dresses. But you know why I was able to buy 5 dresses? It's because I got my emergency savings, okay? And I've got my be your own bank policies growing in the background. But there was a time when I would spend down to the line of zero and go broke and pray for money. We have got to leave that spender's mentality where we are unconscious and unaware. So until you have this foundation, I'm sorry, you can't be your own bank. But if you are willing to take that stern wheel and go skirt, oh no, I'm turning the corner. I'm going to start setting aside a portion of my pay and for emergencies until I get 3 months. We tell people you need to have at least $6,000 somewhere in a bank account that you don't touch, that you don't spend with your eyes, and you only touch it in the case of an emergency. You are emotionally separated from $6,000. Why 6,000? Because most people need $2,000 a month to live on. Even in the case of emergency, even if you live in real low, most people need at least $2,000 a month. So that's 3 months, $6,000, $6,000 as you go. We put people on a diet. We say, listen, save $200 a month out of your pay. Every single pay until you get that $6,000 Don't look at it. Put it in a separate account away from your bills. If you need to know what's a good bank, then you need to jump on a Zoom call with me or call me privately, because we have a list of banks that pay 3, 4, 3. We even found something that paid 5%. Okay. So we can guide you in the right direction. All right. Get rid of those shopping habits that are making your money go down to the line of zero. Control that. That's how I did it. Okay. I was the biggest shopaholic there is. I was such an emotional spender. The only way I broke that curse, honestly, was to open up a bank account outside of my bills and have an electronic debit coming from my pay and tied to myself. The principle is pay yourself first. W. Clement Stone said that if you cannot save money and not touch it, the seeds of success are not in you. You are out of control. Okay. All right. So going down to the line of zero over and over again in your bank accounts is the reason for poverty, the reason for lack, the reason for stress. But when you can get money out of sight, out of mind, not touch it and let it grow for at least 1 year, then you have broken a lot of emotional imbalances that cause you to keep going down to the line of zero. The other thing I did was my life insurance policies. I learned how to take my life insurance policies, overfund them to be my own bank. And when an emergency came, I was able to take money out of that policy, whoop, the emergency, and pay myself back fast and put my cash on zero and put my put my cash on steroids and put my policy on acceleration. Okay. And I can show you how to do it if you want to know. And that is the pattern I just told you. Proverbs 6:11 is the scripture. And that says 3-month challenge. Put yourself on a financial diet where you set aside $200 a month for at least 3 months, every single daggone, and just break it. 3 months. It takes 6 months. It takes 6 months to 30 days to form a habit. It takes 6 months to establish that habit. It takes another month to divorce yourself emotionally. But I want this and I want that. And that little voice inside of you that says, I got to have it. I got to have my hair weave. I got to have my nails done, right? That I got to have it. That's how you break it, honey. Okay. Yeah, we got that, Miss Rochelle. I think I'm going to skip over this. Well, I don't know. Taxes are the big hole in all of our accounts. Taxes. If you have a 401k, a 403b, a 457 plan, anything with a 4 in front of it, it means that you owe Uncle Sam taxes. You have given Uncle Sam a promissory note that you'll pay taxes on that later. So you took a portion of your income, gave it back to the government and said, I'll pay you taxes later. Give me a tax refund. In other words, I'll give you $1 and you just give me that dollar back at the end of the year. In exchange for doing that, I won't pay taxes. But guess what? It's you putting off paying your taxes, but as soon as you touch it, borrow it, touch it, you're going to owe a huge tax bill. The tax bill is coming due. It's 30% or more. Federal taxes, state taxes, and an early out penalty. Okay. 30 to 50% if you're in the $150,000 and up income tax bracket. And the taxes are going up in 2026. Okay. They're going up. Fees. I hate them. Maintenance fees. My girlfriend just called me and said, this bank is charging me $9 and they're going up to $10 a month every month just for a maintenance fee. I said, girl, if you don't get out of that bank right now, don't talk to me no more. Stop that. Okay. ATM, transfer, maintenance fee. You breathed and came in the bank fee. Okay. Broker fees inside of your retirement account. Get rid of them. How, brown cow? Well, that's why I'm here. We do have accounts that have 0 broker fees. There are bank accounts that have 0 fees. Look them up. Get rid of it, okay? Low growth. You put your money in the bank and they pay you 1% interest. Oh, I don't have a drink. Let's just say I had a bottle of water today. That bottle of water cost $1. Next year, that bottle of water costs $1.05. So if I don't have that extra 5 cents, I can't get that water. The cost of living grows by 5%. If your money is not growing by 5%, your money is depreciating in value. So as you sit that cash in the bank, if it's not paying you the cost of living, your money is decreasing, decreasing, decreasing in value. That is why we say don't put any more than 1 year worth of emergency funds. 6 months worth of emergency funds for most people. Then you have to start doing what? Being your own bank with what's left over. And stock market loss. I'm sorry, but this president is absolutely nuts. I'm sorry, y'all. Please forgive me if you're a Republican. The stock market crashed. He's only been, oh, well, I'm sorry. Okay. So 2 months and the stock market has crashed 5 times. We've got billionaires selling Teslas on the White House lawn because they lost $30 billion. Okay. So what's happening to everybody's 401k, 403b, IRAs, thrift savings plan? Listen, if you have your money in a 401k at an old employer, you need to stop what you're doing. You need to book a call with me, and you need to get your money out of that old 401k. I don't care if it's $1,500, honey, get it. Because if you look up, you're going to have 2 cents left. Don't put your retirement money on the stock market without a floor. What is a floor? A floor is when the stock market goes down, your money sits on the floor and you don't lose a dime. And we can show you how to do that, okay? Most people do not know how to do that. But when the stock market goes up, your money goes up with the market. Always have a floor on your money. There's 3 places to put your money: the bank, your employer, private industry sources. The bank is taxable. CDs, everything at the bank, they'll send you a 1099, charge you state, federal, state taxes, federal taxes, and penalties. Okay. 401ks have so much taxes, we call them a tax infestation and a penalty infestation. By the time you're done, you're lucky if you have 60% of your balance you started with. We recommend you put some money in tax-free accounts. What is that? Roth IRAs, private Roth IRAs, not public traditional banking where they have you got to hold it for 5 years. You have a max you can't put in, but this much, okay? You have you got to wait till you're 59 and a half or you can't touch it or they'll tax you an early out penalty. We're not talking, that's a better Roth than what you're probably doing, okay? If that's only you, okay, but a Roth is tax-free, okay? Life insurance income, like I told you I was getting, that is tax-free. And when you set up a family trust and you know how to do it, we can teach you how to do it. Put your money and get paid out of your trust. Those monies are tax-free. We can show you how to set up these accounts that you are getting paid tax-free money. Public banking is taxable, and when you die, the IRS comes and freezes your account, and all of your creditors get the money first. So your bank account will be frozen. Listen, if you have a relative and they go to the bank and say mama died, guess what? And give them a death certificate. Guess what the bank's going to do? They're going to freeze your account, social security number and your information out, and everybody that's a debtor. First comes the IRS, then comes the state government, then comes all of the creditors. If mama married somebody in the past, had a child or something, all of that's coming to get mama's money first, okay? So we recommend, the only thing that avoids that is 2 things: a trust, not a will, a trust, and life insurance policy money. and annuities from life insurance companies. Those are the only things that avoid probate. Probate is what happens when you have your money in 401ks and on the bank and all that. Avoid probate. Have some private banking systems growing in the background for you. O.J. Simpson did it, and when he died, the Goldman family still can't touch his $600,000 passive income. OJ took $6 million, according to Forbes magazine, put it in these banking sources that I'm telling you about. And right now, his estate is still paying money that the Goldman family can't touch. All right. Okay, so you promised us 3 power moves. Here's the first power move. The first power move is leveraging a life insurance loan. Leveraging a life insurance loan. That is the first power move. You must be in decent health. You can't have any critical or chronic illnesses. You must be able to put away $100 a month. That's all. $100 a month or more. If you are in decent health, if you are under age 70, if you can put away $100 per month or more, you can get the policy that E.F. Hutton designed and created for rich people. It's called the Rich Man's Raw. It's called an indexed universal life. Now, I had a lady say, is that the same as a universal life? No, it's not. An indexed universal life gives you stock market interest rates, stock market gains, and it takes no stock market losses. It separates your life insurance away from the cash. So your cash is sitting here growing tax-free, and you can fill up the cash bucket, and you got a permanent life insurance policy, which means that bad boy, the price won't go up. It'll grow in value. It'll pay out your family when you pass away at age 102. Okay. And it has a separate pocket. It has a index Roth IRA inside of this jamming life insurance policy. I'm so glad that E.F. Hutton created this policy in the 1980s. He countered A.L. Williams' buy, term, and invest the difference, because term policies terminate, they leave you with no life insurance, or they come back and raise the price to $400, $500, $1,000 a month. And in the stock market, if you don't know what you're doing, you'll lose your money, right? So E.F. Hutton said, I got something better, and I'm going to have all my rich friends do it. And I'm going to kick A.L. Williams' butt. And to this day, that's what he did, okay? And here is what it looks like. Here's an example. Of course, this is a rich old lady. She's doing all right. She took $200,000 and dumped it into an IUL, and she just did a one and done. It paid off her life insurance. Whoop. She's instantly covered for $588,000, which is what she wanted to leave her grandchildren. But she said, Rochelle, at age 65, I'm pulling my Social Security. I'm going to stop working. I'm working part-time, and I want all my money, my Social Security, my pension, and I want to turn this into money as well. And I want it tax-free. I said, yes, ma'am. So she paid into it until she's 65. And at age 65, that bad boy is going to pay her $1,200 a month for the rest of her life. But guess what? As it's paying her the $1,200, her cash value keeps growing as it's paying her. It's called endow. So her cash value is $72,000, $216,000, $288,000. Guess what? She got her money back plus interest. And she's taking $1,200 a month. So she has her cake, and she got $88,000 over what she put in, and she's still getting paid $1,200. Mailbox money. Oh, my lady is probably somewhere in the Bahamas or taking some kind of whale cruise with her little 65-year-old friends out there doing a little exercise and flirting with the guys on the beach. Okay. And that's how I'm trying to live. I don't know about you, but that is the way to go. Okay. And then if she becomes terminally ill, needs long-term care, critically ill, cancer, heart attack, stroke, heart disease, head trauma, severely burned, paralyzed, in a coma, she can file a claim against this $500,000, surrender some of her death benefit, and take over $380,000 in cash, or help herself to a long-term care income of $6,077 a month. That means she don't have to go into the Social Security nursing home, thank you, Jesus, where they treat you bad, but she can go into where the wealthy folk go and get taken care of real good. Okay, but that's an example of a lump sum, right? Here's a couple putting in $1,500 a month. They hate their 401k, so they diversified and put it in here. And if one of them died, the other one would be a millionaire. At age 64, it's going to start paying them $5,122 a month. Again, you have your cake and eat it too. Take your monthly income while your cash sits and grows and grows and grows and grows, so you can be your own bank. You can leverage this, and I can tell you how. And then $16,000 a month is their long-term care income. $800,000, they can surrender that million and take $800,000 for themselves and leave like what, $200,000 back for death benefit if they got cancer or had some kind of critical chronic illness. Baby, that is it. This is it, honey. This is it. I'm telling you. But again, you have to have decent health. Everybody's got a little overweight, a little high blood pressure, and a little bit of diabetes. But you can't have, well, I had cancer 5 years. Well, I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? So you got to have decent health in order to get this. Now, let me make sure I'm letting everybody in the room. Everybody in the room? Yeah, everybody in the room. Okay, we good. Okay. All right, so we're good. Okay. All right. So another thing rich people do with their life insurance is, you don't know they do this, but they're banks that pay the premiums for them. So this policy is called Kaizen. This person is putting in $25,000 a year, and you only do it for 5 years. You can't put in more than 5 years worth of money. The bank comes in and matches their money dollar for dollar. But when the bank does it, it's tax free. So the bank did it here, and then only 5 years, and then the bank puts in the rest, 50,000. And then at the end, this person's 72, they'll stop paying it, and they'll start paying them $30,000 a year. So if you do the math here, that's 50,000, that's 50. So this person put in $125,000. That's it. And then at the end of the 11th year, they're getting paid $30,000 tax free for the rest of their life. So the insurance company's paying them like they put $1 million in the policy. No, they're paying them like they put $400,000 in the policy. And guess what? It's got surrender cash. So if they surrendered it, they still could take $400,000 and just leave, right? So they win, 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 win. Okay, so that's leveraging, honey. When the life insurance company and the bank come in and pay your premiums for you. Okay, power move number two. Now that was power move number one. That's what? Taking a life insurance policy and turning it into a retirement income, or taking a life insurance policy like I do. I live this lifestyle, y'all, and borrow from the life insurance company while your money keeps growing in the policy, and then pay your loan back, and your money goes on steroids. By the end of the year, you've got wow, all kinds of cash. Leverage your life insurance policy. Power move number two is get yourself a fixed index account. What is a fixed index account? Fixed means guaranteed interest rate. It's a floor. So when the stock market crashes, you don't lose a dime. As a matter of fact, you'll earn a little bit. It might be 1%, 3%, but there's a guaranteed interest rate. That's a floor. Index is stock market gains, the S&P 500, Russell 2000. So that means you get no losses and stock market gains. Account is a growth account. So they're going to be bonus money in this account. So they're like, there's 1 year bonus, their first time rollover bonuses, their 2 year bonus where they just give you a lump of money. What cow? It's amazing. I love to watch it. Okay. So fixed index account. Can you get that at the bank? Heck to the no, no, no. Doesn't exist at the bank. Can you get it on your job? Oh, girl, don't even play with me. You know you can't. Okay. The only place you can get this is from a licensed, registered, certified life insurance combination investment person, which is what I am. They can't just be a life insurance person. They're going to look at you like, they'll put your money on the stock market, maybe, and that's it, and lose it, okay? Or they'll give you a fixed account and you're not getting any interest. You have to get it from somebody like me, or else they won't even know what you're talking about. They'll look at you cross-eyed. As a matter of fact, give them my number. Tell them to come over here and get trained on it, okay? All right, so fixed index account, it's got a guaranteed interest rate called a floor, has stock market gains, it pays big bonuses on deposit, and you can turn it into a lifetime income, okay? And yeah, that's it. All right, so let's take a look at that. Now listen, stop what you're doing. All right, and my girl still here? That's a lot of information. Natasha, you still here? Joel, you still here? Let's take a deep breath. Woo, you got to do that sometime. That felt good, right? So that's called that reset, because guess what? I need y'all to take this part in like somebody should have taught me this in high school. This is what they should have taught us in high school. There are 3 different ways to get paid interest on your money. How do financial companies pay you interest? They pay it 3 different ways. The first way is a fixed interest rate. That means that account is just going to pay 3%, no more, no less. So they declare the interest rate and that's it. We call it flatlining because normally those interest rates are less than 5%. So your money dies in value because it's not keeping up with the cost of living. The next way is when you're buying stocks on the stock market. That's a variable interest rate. So that means when the market goes up, your money goes up, but when the market goes down, you lose money. If you're not financially literate, which means you know how to read stocks, you know how to move it and all of that and where to move it, then you will indeed lose your money guaranteed. Even if you know the stock market, you're still going to lose your money. So that is the reason why we say you do not even look in this direction unless you've got what? $6,000 or more in emergency funds that you don't need to deal with. So variable means you're putting your money on the stock market. This account is the account that your stockbroker and your financial advisor do not want you to know about because they do not get paid from it. If you go into the bank, this is the one that they don't want you to know about because they do not make money from this type of account. You cannot find it on your job because your job is in bed with Wall Street and a brokerage house. If you look, you'll see a broker that's dealing with your 401k, that's putting your money on the stock market. So no, the only place you can get this is in the private banking system. It is called a fixed index account or a fixed index annuity. It means it has a floor. So when the market falls, your money, you don't lose a dime. But when the market goes up, your money grows. So it doesn't lose, it grows, doesn't lose, it grows. This graph is a staircase to heaven. Okay. So the question is, which one of these are best for retirement money and why? Stop, skirt. Time to give feedback. All right. Natasha and Joelle, have you been listening? Unmute yourself.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So the question, which one of these 3 different types of accounts do you feel is the best one and why?
With the third,
Yes, and why?
because your money keeps growing as opposed to flatlining.
Yes. Oh, I love your accent. As opposed to, I love that. Yes. So your money keeps growing as opposed to dying, and your money keeps growing as opposed to losing it.
Like
Yes.
now.
So you
Yeah.
take no losses. So that means you're never taking steps backwards. So your money has the chance to grow better. Yes,
Yes.
absolutely. Text me, and if I haven't already given you a gift, I will give you an e-gift. Yay! For that good answer. Thank you so much. Natasha, you can tell you're highly intelligent. Thank you for that beautiful feedback and your beautiful voice. Here is an example of a fixed index account. This person took $500,000 and put it into one of our life insurance company fixed. The life insurance company paid our client a bonus of $50,000. So when this client opened up their account, they saw $550,000. They said, whoop, that's almost a year's worth of income. I would have had to work a whole year to make that money. They paid me about a salary, right? So they were like, oh, and they give me hugs, and I love that moment. I love this moment when I open up this portal with my clients and they see all that cash. Then I said, wait until the end of the year, because at the end of the year, they're going to pay you another bonus. They said, yes, I can wait a year. Sometimes they can't. They need to take their money right away and turn it into an income. We can do that. But if they can wait a year, there's another bonus coming. Remember, we do fixed index accounts. So when the market crashes, our clients actually gain a little bit, maybe like 1 or 2 or 3%. When the market goes up, whooshoo. So at the end of the year, my client ended up with $602,057. The $50,000 bonus plus their interest. So what we did was we took that and said, okay, the year is up. Now let's turn it into an income. So we rolled it from the account and we put it into a fixed index annuity, which is a different product. Annuities mean you take a lump sum of money and you turn it into a lifetime of income. She said, I don't ever want my money to run out. I just want enough money to fix my lifestyle and I don't have to do anything. They could just pay me, pay me, pay me, pay me, pay me, pay me. Guaranteed contractually. So she took this $600,000 and at age 66, she turned it into $47,617 per month for the rest of her life. That's her guaranteed lifetime income. Now, notice over here. Now, if she had done this and said, okay, my 401k is going to pay me. Let me just see what they're going to pay me. Oh, they're going to pay me, I don't know, $1,000, $1,500 a month. Then they're going to tax it. So after taxes, God knows what that's going to be. Or they're going to give me a lump sum and I have to spend it down to the line of zero. And by the time I'm 80, I'm going to be broke. I'm going to run out of money, right? So this way, she will never run out of money. So if you're the kind of person that never wants to run out of money and turn that lump sum into a lifetime income, this is attractive to you. If you just want something that grows and grows and grows, and then after you've had the account for 1 year, you can start taking withdrawals from it and keep it as a cash growth account, then this is for you as well. So it's either the fixed index account or the fixed index annuity, or we can take it from the account and put it into the annuity, grow it, maximize it, and then pay it back to you for the rest of your life. All right. So the second power move is called an FIA, a fixed index account or a fixed indexed annuity. Annuity is a lifetime income. An account has both bonuses, interest from the stock market, and no losses. Okay, power move number 2 is an FIA. This guy took $1 million. He sold an elementary school and said, hey, I do not want to run out of money. So what can I do with this? I showed him. If you put it here, they're going to bonus you. They're going to pay you $136,000. Boom. Keep it a year. And they said, well, I don't need my money until I'm 65 and I'll take this with Social Security. So we bonused it, grew it, And then by the time he was 65, it turned into $171,941 lifetime income. Okay. That plus his pension, he's living pretty good. Now, the next question is, wait a minute, Rochelle, didn't you say these people had these monies in a 401k or a thrift savings plan? Doesn't that mean they're going to have to pay taxes? Thus, power move number 3. Power move number 3 is the trust. This is the big plan with the big dogs. Okay. Once you have an annuity, you can only do this with an annuity. Okay. An annuity. Once you have it in an annuity, from the annuity only, you can transfer it into a trust. Once you put it in the trust, once you get it structured, we will guide you to a lawyer, or if you have one, we'll tell you what to say, how to do it, okay? What to ask for, how not to be taken for granted, because if the lawyer sees you coming, a lot of times they can gorge you and charge you more than you should be charged. So that is the reason why you come into the inner circle that we have, so that we can guide you in what's not good and what's good, right? Give you those ears. You roll from your annuity into your trust, right? So from your annuity into your trust, and your trust will begin to pay you a lifetime tax-free income out of the trust. That is called the backdoor Roth. It is when you transfer it into a trust, but that you have to lock down the trust, which means it has to be irrevocable. When you have locked down the trust and it becomes irrevocable, which means it cannot be changed throughout time by any entity on earth, then it becomes tax-free income payable to you, to your children, and your children's children. Because you no longer own the annuity, your trust now owns the annuity. It's not on your life. It's on the life of the trust. And the life of the trust is what? Eternal. That is a power move. When your name is now perpetuated throughout eternity, you've gone off from the grave, and your grandchildren say, Grandma Joelle left us $30,000 a year, but she told us we couldn't get the 30,000 unless we don't smoke weed. We got to go to college. We have to marry well. We can't marry a swag. You know how rich folk do. They be like, you got to marry somebody that, this. So however you structure your trust, you got to buy real estate. You got to do whatever. And then you can get the trust. And then the lawyer, they have whoever your trustee is telling your family what they have to do and making sure they come and check the boxes. And when they check the boxes, they get the money. For me, my father passed away when I was 2 years old. I got money to go to college at the time. It was just $450 a month, but I had to maintain a 2.5 grade point average. And I had to submit my grades every quarter in order to maintain that money. Okay, that was the catch. The other trust my mother, I don't think she minds got paid from, is the fire and policeman's trust. She couldn't get married. If she got married, she wouldn't keep getting money from that trust. Do you understand what I'm saying? So when you set up your trust, it will pay you. It'll pay you as long as you're living, but then it'll pay your children and your children's children, and nobody would ever have to pay taxes. Ooh, honey, if that's not a power move, I don't know what is. So power move number 1 is life insurance. Life insurance forms its own trust. It avoids probate. It goes straight to your beneficiaries tax-free. Okay. So if you were to take a life insurance policy and then leverage those that cash value, borrow it, draw it out, whatever, be your own banker, turn it into a lifetime income. The income is tax-free because you're leveraging the death benefit, right? They're considering it all as death benefit. So it comes to you tax-free. That's that tax-free side. The annuity only becomes tax-free when you transfer it into a trust. You structure your trust, you get, so that's the reason why I said I take referrals, because I'm guiding you through. It's not a one and done. You and I are going hand by hand, phone call by phone call, and boom, your family trust is set up. You're being paid for the rest of your life, and your 401k or whatever it was that Uncle Sam was about to take you to the bank on, it now becomes tax-free. Okay. All right. Now I'm stopping because that was a lot of information. All right, ladies, I'm sitting back. Now is your chance to fire away any questions that you wrote down or came in your head. Now is your chance to ask the financial professional whatever you want. Questions. Anyone?
I have one.
Who's that?
Natasha.
Hey, Natasha.
I have years
And
ago,
don't hold on. Don't give me any personal financial information about yourself. As a fiduciary, I'm not allowed to tell other people about your personal financial situation, about your health history, or about your family situation. As a
okay.
fiduciary, by law, I cannot do that. Okay. So long as it's general or third party, we can talk about it. So I just wanted to put it in perspective. All right.
Okay. Can I ask about like a specific company? Like
Yes, absolutely.
okay. So I was curious about your experience with TIAA Craft because in the past I've seen like it's difficult when you put money in with them, like it's difficult to get that out. And most people seem to say, well, it's almost like locked up for
What kind of
for a long
account is
time.
it?
Uh 401.
Yes, absolutely. It's in money jail. But the only way you can get it out of there is if you separate it from service, which means you no longer work with that company, okay? Then you can transfer, no problem. And if you're 59 and a half years old, even if you're working there, then you can get it out. So those are the only two ways to move that money. And yes, we have done transfers from them. Absolutely, yes.
Okay.
That's it?
If
Yes.
Joel doesn't have a question, I don't want to
Uh-huh.
overtake everything.
Sure.
The second one is well, of course, the markets right now are going like cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, and
Mm-hmm.
so I'm curious about what are some general like things to look out for in this volatile market for those with 401k, investment who money that's been invested in the stock market
Well, I'm going
passively.
to give you one tip. The rest you'd have to get on a Zoom call with me. Now, here's what
Understood?
I can do. This is what I do for my clients, and I've done this for many of them. And some of them are like, oh my God, you made me so much money. So, what I do with my clients is open up your portal so you get on a Zoom call like this, and we look at what's available in your 401k, and I go, that, and that, right? And then all you have to do is push that button, and that button. And everybody I have ever done that for was like, I'm so glad you did that for me before this market crash. I text like three people just this morning. I said, how's it doing? How's it doing? They were like, I'm steady, I'm steady, I'm steady. Okay. So that's something that I do, but I will give you this tip just for godliness and good measure. And that is if you don't know the other funds, what they mean and what's available, put your money in bonds. Okay. A bond is a loan, which means, Natasha, you're going to loan money to government bonds in exchange for a return. So a bond might say, okay, in order to get a return on this bond, the government has to make 6% on your money. So the government has to hit that interest. And if they don't, then you're going to lose money, but it's going to be a smaller amount than a common stock.
Mm.
Right? So you
Mhm.
can, do bonds, and you're not going to get, it's not going to grow like it's not going to grow exponentially, but the losses won't be as significant.
Got you.
Got me?
Got
That's
you.
a good answer?
Thank you. Thank you.
Good. Go apply
Yes, ma'am.
it. All right. Good questions. I love intelligent questions. Any other questions? That's what the masterclass is for. The masterclass means you get to come in the room, and I won't let you leave without some practical juice to take with you and apply. Okay. All right. That's good. That's good. That's good. Okay. So now let's talk about next steps. What are the next steps? Let's go back to Rockefeller. Here's the Rockefeller. Okay. So, yep. So the final destination for your money should be an annuity trust. Just like the Rockefeller setup, you can also put your life insurance policies into trust as well, but those are living trust. So that money would go to your heirs, right? But if you want to get paid yourself tax free, that's the only way to do it. And we can be your covering, because if you do go to a estate planning lawyer and say, I want some type of an annuity trust, the first thing they're going to think is, do you have $1 million in assets? Or they might think, do you have 500,000 in assets? And if you're not at that level of assets, sometimes they'll just brush you out to their paralegal, who fill out a form for you for a will. The first thing they'll do is try to give you a will, because a will ties your money up in court after you die, and it could be for decades. So the law firm gets a chance to fight for what you wrote down on paper in court. So the first thing they do is they want you to have a will and an association with that law firm. The second thing they'll do is they'll just tell you to do a living trust. So when your money goes in there, it no longer belongs to you. It's not touchable, spendable money, right? But in this type of an account, some law firms say you got to have this much assets, and then some law firms will sniff you out and overcharge you, right? So that is the reason why we say work in partnership with us. Let us guide you in the right direction. Let us be that voice in your ear that says, okay, this is how much it should cost. This is how much, you should be doing. And yes, they can do this. And then kind of be a matchmaker in the process for you. Of course, after you become our client and you decide to structure whatever annuity or whatever account you decide to do. Of course, we want you to have savings and the habit of saving. Just like we said in the beginning, you need to have the habit of saving without touching it, because we do not set up emergency accounts. This is not an emergency account. Okay. And also the life insurance policy as well can serve dual purposes. I did not start at $1,500 a month in my IUL. I started at $200 a month. And then while I was in my government apartment, I filled it up and filled it up. And as my income grew, so did my policy. And then before you know it, it started paying me passive income, right? So you can do the same thing. You can start where you can start and then grow your policy as you go along, and you become, your policy is more than just a death benefit to you. Your policy is emergency fund. Your policy is a retirement account. Your policy becomes more than just I die and leave an inheritance to my children, and I'm tired of putting money into it because I cannot use it, right? It also has living benefits, so that if you get cancer, heart attack, heart disease, stroke, kidney disease, you needed long-term care, the death benefit becomes a large pot of cash that would, you would probably perpetuate your life, because good cancer care, you could, live. I had a friend that lived an extra 10 years after he was diagnosed as he was going to die in 6 months with cancer. But because he was he was a banker, he was able to live this beautiful life, 10 years diagnosis. But that's what having that life insurance policy that turns into 6 figures where the cash can actually be a super, super blessing for your life. It's more than just death benefit. Okay. So you can think about what product would work for you. And if you can do these on children, I just got off with a grandma last night. And I did this for my son as well. When he goes to college in 2026, he'll have over $6,000 in his Be Your Own Bank, the IUL that I showed you, and he'll be able to just get a car, learn how to pay himself back, right? In the policy, learn the stock market, because in the policy are indexes. So I have taught my son about indexing in the stock market in his policy. So it's financial education, the opportunity for you to learn and for them to learn as well. So there you go. All right. So what's the next step? Is that's to design a plan. Do a 30-minute Zoom call with me, and we're just chatting about what your independent thoughts are, right? We're getting to know each other and seeing if it's good to take another step. Okay, what do I do? Help design a plan for you that hits your financial goals. Normally, a financial planner would charge you $5,000 before they would even do this. Avoid paying taxes on your retirement account and make sure that you're set up that way. Minimum of $20,000 for a wealth management, because that is called a wealth management consultation, where you have your legal fee and your financial advisor fee. You would pay out $20,000 for that. How to structure your life insurance policy so it turns into a tax-free IRA. Most life insurance agents cannot do that because you have to take a commission cut. You have to get the life insurance cost cheap and put enough money in the cash to turn it into cash flow. So the policies that you saw are very unique. You won't be able to go to some ham sandwich down the street and say, "Can you make me this?" And I'm like, "How in the world does she do that?" Because we're able to take commission cuts and get the cost of life insurance down so that your cash can be on steroids, right? So that's a commission cut, $10,000. Phone call and direct text message and phone call access to me. I have people calling me from the bank. I'm thinking about taking out a HELOC. I'm thinking about refinance cash on my home. I mean, if I do that, should I do this? And do I put it here and all of that? So just that relationship is a $20,000 a year relationship. Most financial brokers will attach a 1 to 2% fee to your brokerage account, and every single year you have a brokerage account, they're getting paid whether you lose money in that account or not. $55,000 minimum is what my services are worth. What is my fee? 10 good referrals. 10 people who are working class people, middle class, right? Good, healthy mindset people that you text my business card to. That's it. All you have to do is text them my business card. Doesn't matter what they say. That's not up to you. You're just talking good about me, telling them that you decided to have a relationship with me, and texting them my card. And then you're hands off of what the yes, no, maybe so. And it's one time, not over and over again every year. Okay. So those referrals are due on the second call. So the first call is just you and I talking 30 minutes. Then once we decide to go into a relationship and begin to structure accounts, the second call is called a green sheet appointment. That is where I do a green sheet, and it is a fact finder that will help us find the money. You would be surprised at the money that when you redirect that money, how much money you can actually grow. So you can book a 30-minute Zoom call with me, and I will drop my calendar link in the chat, and you can book me that way, or you can scan that QR code and my booking calendar will open up, or you can take that 1-800 number and you can call me and or text me, and we can take the next steps. So what I'm doing right now is I am dropping, boom, I just dropped my booking calendar in the chat if you'd like to click on that and book a call. Either way, okay, so we already did our 5 minutes in the hot seat, and we did it early, and I answered your question. So, oh, and this is my business cell phone. So you can text that as well. All right. So for answering the question and really engaging, Natasha, did I send you an ebook as a gift?
I don't see it. Did you send
Okay,
it now?
okay, yep, I'm going to send you an ebook. Okay, somebody just texted me. All right, so Natasha, thank you so much. I'm about to send you an ebook as a gift. Thank you. Joelle, are you there? Joelle, thank you so much for attending. Ladies, love and blessings. Stay in touch. Feel free to jump on this workshop. It's Thursday nights at 7, anytime. Feel free to invite a friend or family member or spouse or significant other. Jump on together. We're here for you. Okay. And your ebook is on the way. I'll do it before I grab a meal. All right. Love and blessings, ladies. Good night.
Good night.
Oh, there she is. Hi. All right. Are you good? Are you good? Did you have any questions? You good?
No,
Okay.
I'm good.
All right. Have a wonderful evening. Bye-bye.